Imagine a world where every external event, every opinion, and every unforeseen circumstance no longer has the power to disturb your peace of mind. Where the storms of life rage around you, yet your inner tranquility remains unshaken. This is not a fantasy, nor is it the privilege of the few. It is a practical philosophy that has stood the test of time, accessible to anyone willing to learn its principles. Have you ever found yourself agonizing over things beyond your grasp, allowing them to dictate your happiness and peace of mind? In our lives, cluttered with endless notifications, demands for our attention, and the relentless pressure of societal expectations, it's easy to feel like we're at the mercy of an unstoppable torrent of external forces. But what if I told you there exists a time-tested strategy that empowers you to cut through this noise, to distinguish clearly between what matters and what doesn't, effectively allowing you to focus on what truly enriches your life? This isn't just another self-help gimmick, it's Stoicism, an ancient philosophy designed for living a good life in a tumultuous world. Stoicism teaches us the art of selective indifference, focusing our energy only on what we can control and learning to accept, with equanimity, what we cannot. The beauty of Stoicism lies not in a set of esoteric teachings, but in its practical application to everyday life. It's about making peace with imperfection, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and realizing that true contentment comes from within. By watching this video, you're embarking on a journey that could radically transform your approach to life. You'll discover how to liberate yourself from the chains of external validation, break free from the cycle of unnecessary stress and anxiety, and cultivate a steadfast resilience against the vicissitudes of fate. The wisdom of Stoicism is more relevant than ever, offering a beacon of clarity in our fast-paced, complex world. But how, you might ask, can a philosophy that's thousands of years old be applicable to the challenges of modern life? How can ancient Stoic exercises and mindsets be integrated into our daily routines? And perhaps most importantly, can learning to care less about certain things really lead to greater happiness and fulfillment? These are the questions we will explore, providing you with concrete tools and strategies that you can apply to your own life. You might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true, or surely it's not that simple. And you're right. Like any worthwhile endeavor, mastering the Stoic way of life requires practice, reflection, and a willingness to challenge your preconceptions about what it means to live a good life. But the rewards, increased clarity, serenity, and resilience, are well within reach. As we delve into the core principles of Stoicism, from the wisdom of accepting what we cannot change to the pursuit of virtue as the highest good, you'll see how these ancient ideas can be brought to bear on the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. We'll examine real-life applications of Stoic practices, from managing negative emotions to making better decisions, and how adopting a Stoic mindset can lead to profound personal growth. Join me on a journey toward becoming a modern-day Stoic. Stoicism, a school of philosophy that has profoundly influenced the Western intellectual tradition, offers much more than mere historical curiosity. Originating in the bustling markets of ancient Greece, it was quickly embraced by some of the most forward-thinking minds of the time. However, it was in Rome that Stoicism found its most prominent voices: Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king whose meditations offer timeless wisdom; Seneca, the playwright and statesman who penned letters that still resonate with readers today; and Epictetus, the former slave whose teachings captured the essence of Stoic philosophy. These figures didn't just teach Stoicism, they lived it, demonstrating that this philosophy was not an abstract theory but a practical manual for resilience in the face of adversity. At the heart of Stoicism is the concept of control. Stoics teach us a simple yet profoundly liberating truth. The only things truly under our control are our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Everything else, whether it be the opinions of others, our social status, or even the unfolding of global events, lies beyond our direct influence. This recognition is not a call to passivity, but a rallying cry for focusing our energy and effort where it can genuinely make a difference, on our personal development and actions. By internalizing this lesson, we can avoid much of the frustration and disappointment that arise from trying to control the uncontrollable, paving the way for a life of greater tranquility and effectiveness. Central to the Stoic worldview is the pursuit of virtue. For Stoics, virtue is not just moral righteousness, but encompasses wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are not merely abstract ideals, but practical qualities that guide our interactions with others and our approach to life's challenges. Virtue, in the Stoic sense, is the only true good, the sole source of genuine happiness. This perspective shifts our focus from external achievements and possessions to the quality of our character and our actions. In a world that often equates success with material wealth and social standing, Stoicism offers a radical alternative. True fulfillment comes from living in accordance with virtue. One of the most revolutionary Stoic principles is the idea that perception is reality. According to Stoicism, it is not external events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments and beliefs about them. This insight reveals the power of perspective. By changing how we view our circumstances, we can maintain our inner peace even in the face of adversity. This does not mean denying the reality of pain or difficulty, but recognizing that our response to these challenges is within our control. By cultivating a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning, we can navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of tranquility and purpose. Stoicism also teaches us to embrace amor fati, or love of fate. This is the idea that we should accept and even cherish whatever life throws our way, viewing every experience as an opportunity for growth and learning. Rather than resisting or lamenting our fate, amor fati encourages us to lean into it, trusting that each challenge we face is an integral part of our journey. This acceptance does not mean passivity in the face of injustice or wrongdoing, but a deep-seated recognition that the path to personal and spiritual growth often lies through adversity. By adopting this stance, we can approach life with an open heart and a resilient spirit, ready to find meaning and value in whatever comes our way. Finally, Stoicism is rich with practical wisdom and exercises for daily life. Reflective journaling and contemplating the impermanence of things are two cornerstone practices within Stoicism, deeply interwoven with the philosophy's emphasis on self-awareness, personal growth, and mental resilience. Both exercises serve not just as theoretical concepts, but as practical tools that can significantly enhance our daily lives. Reflective journaling, as championed by Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations, is a powerful exercise for fostering self-reflection, clarity, and wisdom. Aurelius's writings, which were personal reflections intended for his own guidance and improvement, exemplify how journaling can serve as a means to navigate the complexities of life and the challenges of leadership. Reflective journaling involves taking time each day to write down your thoughts, experiences, and reflections. The focus is on analyzing your actions, reactions, and the decisions you made throughout the day. This practice encourages you to consider how well you've aligned with your values and Stoic principles, identifying both your strengths and areas where you could improve. This exercise builds a heightened self-awareness, allowing you to see patterns in your thoughts and behaviors that you might wish to change. It also serves as a moment of self-connection, reducing stress by processing your experiences through writing. Over time, it builds a repository of personal wisdom, offering insights into how you've navigated past challenges and how you've grown. To start, dedicate a few minutes each evening to journaling. Reflect on the day's events, focusing on questions like, how did I respond to challenges today? Did my actions reflect my core values? How could I have handled situations differently? This process not only solidifies the day's learning, but also prepares you for future challenges with greater wisdom and equanimity. The second Stoic practice is contemplating the impermanence of things, memento mori, or remembering that you will die, encourages a deep appreciation for the present moment and a mindful acceptance of life's transient nature. This involves regularly reflecting on the temporality of life, the inevitability of change, and the certainty of loss. Such contemplation is not intended to be morbid, but rather to heighten our appreciation for the fleeting beauty of life and to focus our efforts on what truly matters. Contemplating impermanence helps to diminish the fear of death, a common source of existential anxiety. It fosters a greater appreciation for the present, encouraging us to live more fully and to not take our time, our loved ones, or our experiences for granted. It also prepares us mentally and emotionally for the inevitable changes and losses in life, reducing the impact of grief and shock when they do occur. Begin by setting aside time each week to quietly reflect on the impermanence of life. Consider the transient nature of your experiences, relationships, and material possessions. Ask yourself, am I using my time in a way that reflects my deepest values? Am I holding on to things, people, or ideas that I need to let go of? This practice can be both humbling and liberating, offering perspective on what is truly important and encouraging a more intentional approach to life. Through these principles and practices, Stoicism offers a roadmap for navigating the complexities of modern life with grace and wisdom. By focusing on what we can control, pursuing virtue, shifting our perceptions, embracing our fate, and engaging in reflective practices, we can cultivate a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. As we delve deeper into the teachings of Stoicism, we find not only historical insights but timeless wisdom that speaks directly to the challenges and opportunities we face today. Embarking on the journey towards Stoicism often begins in the midst of turmoil, at a point when life's relentless challenges seem insurmountable. My story is no exception. There was a time when the cacophony of external expectations and the sting of personal setbacks wove a heavy shroud around my existence. Each day felt like a battle, not against the world, but against my perceptions of what I believed I needed to be happy and successful. The external world demanded excellence, adherence to societal norms, and a relentless pursuit of goals that often felt alien to my core being. Personal setbacks, whether in relationships, career aspirations, or personal projects, seemed to underscore a haunting narrative of inadequacy. The weight of these combined pressures was not just heavy, it was suffocating, clouding my vision with a haze of doubt and despair. The discovery of Stoicism in this turbulent period was akin to a shipwrecked sailor spotting land. Initially, Stoicism presented itself not as a solution, but as a perspective, offering not an immediate escape, but a compass by which to navigate the stormy seas of life. The more I delved into the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the more I realized that the map I had stumbled upon was charted not for external voyages, but for an inward journey, a journey toward understanding, accepting, and finally embracing the inherent challenges of existence. Stoicism did not promise an easy life. Rather, it offered the tools to endure life's difficulties with grace and resilience. The transformation that followed was not sudden, nor was it easy. Embracing Stoic principles required a fundamental shift in perspective, a re-evaluation of what I considered within my control and what lay beyond it. The initial step, recognizing the difference between these spheres of influence, was liberating in its simplicity. I began to understand that my reactions to external events and opinions were mine to control, even if the events themselves were not. This realization brought with it a profound sense of relief and empowerment. I learned to meet setbacks, not with resignation but with reflection, asking not why this had happened to me, but how I could respond in a manner aligned with my values and character. This shift in perspective was transformative, reshaping not only my response to adversity, but my entire approach to life. Where once I saw obstacles, I now saw opportunities for growth and learning. The pursuit of external validation gave way to an inner journey toward virtue and self-improvement. Relationships became less about seeking approval and more about mutual growth and understanding. Career setbacks transformed from failures into lessons in resilience and adaptability. Even daily annoyances took on a new light, serving as reminders of the practice of patience and acceptance. The most profound transformation, however, was in my overall sense of well-being. The constant anxiety that had once clouded my days began to lift, replaced by a sense of calm assurance in my ability to face whatever life presented. This was not the naive optimism of believing that nothing bad would ever happen. Rather, it was the stoic confidence of knowing that I could handle adversity with grace. My happiness became less dependent on external circumstances and more rooted in my values, actions, and the quality of my character. This journey into Stoicism has been one of continual learning and growth. Stoic practices, such as reflective journaling and contemplation of impermanence, have become regular parts of my routine, serving as constant reminders of the principles I strive to live by. The wisdom of Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, control, and perspective, has not only provided a framework for navigating life's challenges, but has also offered a path to a more meaningful and fulfilled existence. The transformation wrought by embracing Stoic principles is profound but not unique to me. It is a testament to the enduring relevance and power of Stoicism to effect change in our lives. By focusing on what we can control, pursuing virtue, and reframing our perceptions of adversity, we can all find greater peace, resilience, and fulfillment. The art of not caring, as advocated by Stoicism, is perhaps one of the most misunderstood aspects of this ancient philosophy. To the uninitiated, it might evoke images of detachment or a lack of empathy. However, the Stoic concept of not caring is far more nuanced and indeed liberating. It's about being selective in our concerns, focusing our attention and efforts on what truly matters and is within our control. This distinction is crucial, not only for personal tranquility, but also for leading a life of purpose and meaning. Implementing Stoic practices into daily life does not lead us to disengage from the world or from our responsibilities. Rather, it empowers us to engage more fully, but with a clarity that prevents us from being overwhelmed by externalities that we cannot influence. In practical terms, the application of Stoic practices in daily life can take many forms, all aimed at reinforcing the distinction between what is and is not within our control. One foundational practice is the morning meditation or reflection on the day ahead, focusing not on what might happen to us, but on how we intend to respond to whatever the day brings. This practice roots us in the present and prepares us for the inevitable challenges, reminding us that while we may not control the events themselves, our responses are ours to command. Such reflections help us set intentions based on virtue and purpose, rather than reactive emotions or external pressures. Start each day with a moment of reflection, considering the challenges you might face and reminding yourself of what is within your control, your responses, attitudes, and actions. Imagine you have a critical meeting with your boss scheduled. Instead of stressing over whether they will recognize your hard work or criticize you, focus on preparing yourself mentally to accept constructive feedback positively and to present your achievements confidently. This shift in focus empowers you to control your preparation and demeanor, rather than fixating on outcomes beyond your control. Another practical Stoic exercise involves reframing our challenges. When faced with adversity, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we shift our perspective to, "What can this teach me?" Or, "How can I use this experience to grow?" This reframe not only diminishes the emotional charge of the situation, but also transforms obstacles into opportunities for development. This Stoic reframe encourages resilience, as it directs our focus away from lamenting our fate to finding value and lessons in our experiences. It's a powerful shift that moves us from victimhood to agency, empowering us to take constructive action even in the face of difficulty. If you're passed over for a promotion, instead of wallowing in disappointment or envy, ask yourself what skills you can develop or feedback you can seek out to improve your chances next time. This approach transforms a setback into a stepping stone for personal and professional growth. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to practice gratitude, not in the superficial sense of simply counting our blessings, but in deeply appreciating the impermanence of life and the value of the present moment. By contemplating the transitory nature of our experiences and possessions, we cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we have here and now, reducing our anxiety about the future and our attachment to the material. This practice enhances our ability to live fully in the present, appreciating the simple joys in the people around us, thus enriching our daily lives with a sense of fulfillment and contentment. Regularly contemplate the impermanence of life and the value of the present moment to cultivate a deep appreciation for what you have, rather than pining for what you lack. During a quiet moment, perhaps while having your morning coffee, take the time to genuinely appreciate the simple comforts of your life, the roof over your head, the food on your table, or the presence of loved ones. This practice can turn routine moments into profound opportunities for happiness and connection. In addition to these reflective practices, Stoicism also encourages active engagement with the world through the practice of virtuous actions. Stoics believe that virtue is the only good, and that our character is the one thing we truly possess and can control. By choosing to act with kindness, integrity, patience, and courage, regardless of external circumstances, we not only improve our own lives but also contribute to the betterment of society. This aspect of Stoic practice emphasizes the interconnectedness of personal well-being and communal harmony, reinforcing the idea that by working on ourselves, we can make a positive impact on the world around us. Choose to act with kindness, integrity, patience, and courage every day, focusing on these virtues as guiding principles for your actions, regardless of how others may behave. When encountering someone rude or aggressive, whether in traffic or a work situation, choose to respond with patience and understanding rather than anger. Recognize that their behavior is outside your control, but you can control your reaction, choosing to act according to your principles of respect and empathy. Finally, the practice of evening reflection serves as a bookend to the day, providing an opportunity to review our actions, celebrate our successes in practicing Stoic principles, and identify areas for improvement. This practice of self-examination ensures that our commitment to Stoicism is not just theoretical but is actively integrated into the fabric of our daily lives, fostering continuous growth and self-improvement. End your day by reflecting on your actions, acknowledging your successes in living according to Stoic principles, and identifying areas for improvement. Before bed, review your day. Perhaps you lost your temper when your plans went awry, or maybe you found a moment of joy in helping a colleague. Acknowledge both these instances. Plan how you might maintain calm next time plans change, and remind yourself of the fulfillment found in acts of kindness. This reflection encourages personal growth and reinforces your commitment to Stoic living. Another example might be managing stress and anxiety in the workplace, especially during periods of intense pressure and tight deadlines, presents a scenario where Stoic principles can be particularly effective. Imagine you're part of a project team at work facing an imminent deadline. The stakes are high, and the workload seems insurmountable. The atmosphere is tense, and your anxiety levels are rising. This is a common situation many of us find ourselves in, feeling overwhelmed and stressed, which often leads to decreased productivity and a sense of helplessness. The real-world applications of Stoicism are as diverse as the challenges we face in our lives. From dealing with interpersonal conflicts to navigating career setbacks, from managing stress and anxiety to facing fears and uncertainties, Stoic practices offer a framework for responding to adversity with equanimity and integrity. By focusing on our responses, by embracing gratitude and the pursuit of virtue, and by engaging in reflective practices, we can retain our peace of mind and live with purpose, regardless of the external circumstances. This is the true art of not caring in the Stoic sense, a deliberate, thoughtful engagement with life that prioritizes inner tranquility and virtuous action over the relentless pursuit of external validations and outcomes beyond our control. The epiphany that emerges from embracing Stoicism is profound and transformative. It marks a significant turning point in one's approach to life, shifting the focus from an endless and often futile attempt to control external circumstances to cultivating strength, resilience, and freedom through the mastery of one's internal world. This Stoic revelation is not just an intellectual understanding, but a deeply felt realization that true freedom lies not in altering the landscape of our lives, but in changing how we perceive and interact with that landscape. For many, this realization comes as a liberating shock. We are conditioned from a young age to believe that success and happiness are predicated on external achievements and acquisitions, on the right job, the right relationships, the right possessions. Yet, this pursuit often leads to a sense of inadequacy and helplessness, as the happiness these achievements bring is fleeting, and their pursuit leaves us at the mercy of forces beyond our control. The Stoic epiphany challenges this fundamental assumption, proposing instead that true contentment and freedom are achievable not by changing our external conditions, but by transforming our internal responses to those conditions. Adopting this Stoic mindset initiates a new way of living, characterized by a profound sense of autonomy and peace. This does not mean that life suddenly becomes devoid of challenges, or that the Stoic practitioner becomes indifferent to joy or sorrow. Rather, it signifies a shift in how one engages with life's inevitable ups and downs. By focusing on what is truly within our control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we gain the ability to maintain our composure and integrity regardless of external events. This shift does not make life easier in the conventional sense. Challenges remain, and effort is still required to navigate them. However, it does make us stronger, imbuing us with the resilience to face adversity without being undone by it. Moreover, this Stoic approach to life brings with it a profound sense of freedom. When we stop trying to control the uncontrollable and start working on what we can actually influence, We free ourselves from the tyranny of external expectations and the fear of failure. This freedom is not a passive state but an active one, empowering us to take decisive action aligned with our values and convictions. It enables us to live authentically, making choices not based on fear or desire for approval, but on a clear understanding of who we are and what we stand for. The practical implications of this Stoic epiphany are vast and varied, touching every aspect of our lives. In personal relationships, it encourages us to focus on our behavior and attitudes rather than trying to change others, leading to healthier and more harmonious interactions. In professional life, it fosters resilience and adaptability, qualities that are invaluable in the face of change and uncertainty. Even in the realm of personal development and self-care, the Stoic mindset promotes a balanced approach, recognizing the value of effort and discipline while also accepting our limitations with grace. This new way of living is not a destination but a journey, one that requires continuous practice and reflection. The Stoic exercises discussed earlier, morning reflections, contemplation of control, reframing of challenges, and evening reviews, serve as daily reminders of this Stoic wisdom. Over time, these practices deepen our understanding and application of Stoic principles, reinforcing the epiphany that our true power lies not in dominion over the external world, but in mastery over our inner landscape. The Stoic revelation that true freedom comes from adjusting our internal attitudes rather than changing our external circumstances marks a pivotal moment in the Stoic journey. It challenges deeply ingrained beliefs about the sources of happiness and success, offering instead a path to genuine autonomy, resilience, and peace. Adopting this Stoic mindset transforms our engagement with life, empowering us to navigate its complexities with grace and equanimity. This transformation does not eliminate life's challenges, but it does change how we experience and respond to them, making us stronger, more resilient, and ultimately freer. The path to a Stoic life is not about suppressing your emotions or retreating from the world. It's about engaging with it more fully, with wisdom, virtue, and resilience. Start small, start today, and watch as the transformative power of Stoicism reshapes your world from the inside out. This is your moment, your life, your story. Make it a masterpiece.